mother of comfort food. It is so delicious.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by Total Wine & More, offering more than 8,000 wines, 2,500 beers, and 3,000 spirits. Total Wine & More, now with 9 Bay Area locations. TotalWine.com.
Redwood Credit Union offers personal and business banking, mobile access, and nationwide ATMs. It's banking for people who call this home and the future we're building together. Redwood Credit Union.
It's the transplant procedure that didn't just save one life. It saved 6. It's 1,000 things, big and small. Sutter Health.
The Bay Area airport that's close and reliable. iFlyOAK.com.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where regular Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. Now we have 3 guests, and each one recommends one of their favorite spots, and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. In this episode, we revisit eateries that take us on a journey through Italian cuisine, Bay Area style. We begin with a guest from season 7. Grad student and sales engineer Nicolette Schumacher studies diligently, works hard, and eats well. She believes that participating in local activities, including dining at neighborhood restaurants, ensure a strong community. And her community is based in Walnut Creek, where you'll often find her working or dining at a place on North Main Street called Kafele Scala.
I am Yelena Gavrik, and my husband and I are the owners of Kafele Scala. La Scala is a friendly neighborhood place. We stay open until midnight every night, and Friday and Saturday it's 1 o'clock in the morning. The idea is that you have a place where you can come have a dessert, have a glass of wine, and you don't have to go to a bar. You feel comfortable, so that's what we wanted. What's wonderful about having a cafe like this is meeting so many different people. Morning people for morning coffee, lunch people, and then we have evening people that can sit down and enjoy themselves. Some of the things that people love are soups, fresh soups that we make every day, and paninis. Also tiramisu because it's made fresh and we can't make enough of it. Most of our cakes are imported from Italy. When we went one year to Venice and we ordered desserts, desserts were the same dessert that I'm serving here. I still had it though. Chocolate cakes that were made from Italy, people do love them. Cannolis are also imported from Italy. My husband and I, we both love opera, and La Scala being the most famous opera house in the world, we picked La Scala. And it's every time when I say that name, it just makes me want to sing. I won't sing, I promise.
All right, Nicolette, how long have you been going to this restaurant? It's been around at least 15 years or so.
It has. I started going there about 10 years ago. I had an internship at a CPA firm, and I started going to lunch there. And that slowly turned into first dates, study breaks, meeting friends for breakfast or dessert, and now it's like my go-to place. It's like my second home. So I every day wake up hoping that they're gonna make the mushroom soup. The chef, she picks what she wants to make every day, and mushroom soup comes about once a month, and it's just this beautiful, creamy, rich, savory soup. It just fills up the whole place with this nice, beautiful smell. And the cool thing about this place, it's not just the food, is you meet people there. And it's like this weird little thing where people become really good friends, and I've made business connections, really good personal friendships there, and they're regulars.
So it's an atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
Now, what did you experience when you went there, Eric?
Well, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be when I went. First of all, they have a blackboard menu, which is kind of cool, and I saw it more as a coffee shop. I'm not that big of a coffee drinker, but they did have a lot of food, and they did have beer and wine.
Yes.
So both my wife and I did have a glass of Prosecco when we went.
Well, there you go.
So,
I like you already.
So that was great. I thought the service could be a little bit better. You know, they gave us time to look at the menu since we hadn't been there before, and then we ordered, and then we went and sat down. And then off to the side, I noticed another blackboard menu that had some specials on it. And not that I would have gotten the specials, but I thought, oh, geez.
They didn't even mention
Yeah, they didn't even mention those.
What did you get to eat?
I got a pizza. I got a sausage and roasted pepper. We did enjoy it.
Thin crust pizza?
It was a thin crust pizza, right. The roasted red peppers on there, so it had a little sweet taste to it, which was very good.
Did you go for dinner or lunch?
We went for lunch,
Oh,
I think, on a Sunday. And there were a lot of people in there studying.
Yeah.
And so it almost felt like, you know, could we talk? Could we not talk? Should we keep it? Should we keep it quiet?
Did you bring your books when you went?
I went alone actually, and I had a good time. Actually, I thought it was very comfortable. It was very warm and inviting, and the people that were there seemed very friendly. The staff was good.
Did you get the Italian vibe? European kind of?
Yes,
feel?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah, it reminded me of some of the places I'd been in Europe, which was very nice. And
The cafe lifestyle.
Yeah.
The cafe lifestyle, which I cannot live anymore, of course, with 2 kids and a job and everything else. But it was a nice throwback to my college days, and I thought the food was good. I had the chicken panini sandwich. The bread was very crunchy, and the chicken inside was very moist and delicious. The vegetables that were in there were grilled very well, and it all came together very well. It was very tasty.
It's all fresh, too.
It's very fresh. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The ingredients are very fresh, and it's executed very well, and I had a good time.
You know, the dessert is unbelievable. So they're getting this in fresh from Italy. I think they fly it in every day, if I'm not mistaken. The cannoli is unreal. And I have a friend who's from Italy, and she said it's authentic. Really rich, creamy, sweet inside with chocolate chips, and then they do like an orange rind on the outside, and the crust is really thick and fresh. It tastes like it was baked that morning.
Well, I think that's the thing about this place. If you're going there for the coffee and the desserts, I don't think you can go wrong.
Yeah.
The best thing of the whole meal was the homemade gelato they had. And they had a scoop of vanilla and a scoop of hazelnut, which was very good. And my wife ate most of it, but I did have a taste of the hazelnut, and it was very good. It was very fresh and very creamy, and I could see myself if I was in the area, especially, I used to work in downtown Walnut Creek, and I didn't know about the place. I think if I was there, I would go in to get some of that gelato for sure.
And you just had pizza and Prosecco, that was it?
We just had pizza and Prosecco, yes.
That is very Italian.
They're open late. So if you ever have extra work to do, because I know you guys have busy jobs, it's a great place to go. They're open till 1 in the morning, sometimes 2, free wireless, and you can have like a nice glass of wine. Or the affogato, which is 2 scoops of gelato, espresso dripped over it, and then whipped cream. So you get the caffeine and the dessert.
Yeah, I'm an affogato. Absolutely. All right, Nicolette, this is your spot. Wrap it up for us.
Sure. Kafele Scala, my second home. Beautiful outdoor seating, open late, great dessert, and really good coffee.
All right, and Eric?
I think if I worked in the area, I would go there for lunch. It's a good alternative to the fast food that they have in Walnut Creek, but I couldn't see myself going any other time.
Okay, and Roger?
I thought it was a warm, cozy, inviting place to go. I thought the food was a cut above a lot of the cafes, even in San Francisco, but I'd be hard-pressed to make a special trip from San Francisco, especially with 2 kids.
If you would like to try Kafele Scala, it's on North Main Street at Civic Drive in Walnut Creek. The telephone number is 925-935-7779. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $15. For our next guest from Season 9, attorney Tanya Falero lays down the law when it comes to service and selection. Let the record show that she stands up for hidden gems, especially when they're located in the East Bay. Bordering a residential area, Tanya's pick has a large open dining room with exposed beams and bright skylights, serving up an eclectic menu. You'll find it on Bancroft Avenue in San Leandro, and it's called Paradiso.
Our philosophy at Paradiso is to give customers good, wholesome food that's interesting and something they can come back to time and time again. Comfort food at its best. My name is Mike Weisner. I am the owner of Paradiso Restaurant in San Leandro. I opened Paradiso 18 years ago, and we started as a small neighborhood restaurant, and we've expanded twice into what we are now. We have an eclectic menu. We have a wood-fired oven, wood-burning grill. We do everything from wood-fired pizzas to steaks. Everything is all natural meats and organic produce.
I'm Vicki Lutz. I've been managing Paradiso for about 11 years now. Paradiso has a real modern flair, but yet it has the fine dining experience as well. You can be sitting in the wine bar, in the banquet room. Some people like to be sitting at the windows, and many like the counter.
Customers will come in and they table hop. They know everyone, so it's like a community. It's like running into Norm at Paradiso. People come in for the food, they come back for the extremely good-looking owner.
Now, what makes Paradiso so special that you keep going back time and time again?
Well, for starters, I have a favorite waiter there. His name is Nasser. He always takes care of me, makes sure I have everything I need, and is humorous through the whole dinner. But you can't go wrong with the food. I think they are such a great mix between Californian cuisine and Italian food. They always have a new specials menu, and I go back and I have multiple desserts. For the past however many years I've been going back, I've never left disappointed. And I've met the owner before who sent over a special dessert for me, and
I see the dessert thing going on. I like it.
I think you guys can tell I have a sweet tooth.
Yeah. What did you have when you went, Matt?
Yeah.
We ate so much. First of all, the menu is gigantic. The regular menu is gigantic, but then the specials menu is almost just as big. It's hard to navigate it, but it is like holy mother of comfort food. It is so delicious. We started off and had it was the cutest dish I've ever seen. They were like mini lamb chops. The mini lamb chops with like a little mini caprese salad underneath it, and it's crusted with like cumin and black peppercorn, and it's so moist. They were so good. I mean, that just kicked off the menu.
Right.
We also had the short ribs. The short ribs were life-changing. I'm not even lying. It's just in this really decadent, rich, savory sauce that you mix with this really super creamy polenta, some fresh steamed vegetables. It was delicious.
The polenta is to die for. There was not going to be any polenta left by the time we left that restaurant.
Did you try the polenta appetizer? I had it.
No.
It's fresh, warm polenta with grilled vegetables. They're seasonal. They're fantastic. You'll have to go back and try that for
and
sure.
what else did you have, Jim? Mediterranean plate, kale Caesar?
Oh, how do you choose? I mean, first off, the Mediterranean plate, you got this nice clump of hummus there with the incredibly soft pita on the outside, the feta, the peppers, and the olives. It was wonderful. Also, their Caesar, this kale Caesar, that they call it Caesar, but it's really more kind of like a vinaigrette. I could have had those two just alone for a wonderful meal.
And been happy.
Exactly.
But you didn't.
Thank goodness. I had their special ravioli, which was a seafood ravioli with like crab and shrimp and one other thing in it. It was just perfect in some kind of a vodka cream sauce. The combination of all the tastes inside the ravioli, everything was the best.
It's a very diverse menu.
It's like going to an amusement park for food, okay? It's like, it's really huge menu. You want to come back. We might not make it to the Foods of Mystery today, but we're going to come back later.
Food you want to eat. And the calamari also, which I totally forgot about.
So good.
It is the best fried calamari I have ever had.
Is this a regular dish for you, the calamari?
I get it every so often.
What about the swordfish?
The swordfish was just grilled to perfection. It was just juicy and tender without being too dry. It had fresh crab on top, and it came with a side of quinoa with just mixed vegetables in it. It was the perfect mix. It wasn't too heavy, which is perfect because I always have to save room for what's coming after.
For dessert, but I have to say, the wine list is fairly extensive and so well priced.
Yes.
And there are these hidden gems that I would tell you all about, but then I couldn't go there and drink them. So it's quite a list to navigate through.
I was surprised at how many wines you could get by the glass, and then I thought they were reasonably priced also. And I had a Coderone that was just great.
Now we're going to get to desserts.
Oh yeah, this is my time.
All right.
My favorite thing is their molten chocolate cake. It comes out on a beautiful dish. You put your fork into it, and the chocolate just starts pouring out like molten heavenly lava. And they give you a nice side of vanilla gelato, and they have strawberries on the side with some mint, and it's just the combination of flavors is just amazing. You can't go wrong with it. I also like getting the affogato with, they give you a scoop of fresh hazelnut gelato, and they just pour the espresso on it, and it just melts in right in front of you. It's fantastic.
We were so full. First of all, we knew that everything that we had ordered was so good that dessert was going to be amazing. And we went big. We had like a cocktail, we had their old fashioned, then I had a couple glasses of Malbec, and then we had a 20-year like tawny port for dessert. We were like, let's do this. Let's do this.
Big or go home.
And we had the apple crisp, and it was spectacular. That crumble on top was just nothing but butter and cinnamon and a little bit of sugar.
And so good.
So good.
So
and
good.
the apples were so fresh, and it came with the vanilla gelato. It just kind of melted, and it was this pool that it was outstanding.
Jim,
You're killing me.
Do you need a fan?
I'm sorry, the napkins are... I'm absolutely going back to this place.
I'm ready to go back right
Absolutely.
now.
It was paradise.
Let's go right now. Let's go right now.
That's my summary. It is paradise in the Bay Area. Go, you won't be disappointed no matter what you get.
All right, and Jim.
You know, I never thought about San Leandro as being a food destination. This restaurant is a place you want to go to over and over again.
All right, and Matt.
I'm going to hug you after this because this restaurant was absolutely phenomenal.
If you would like to try Paradiso, it's on Bancroft Avenue at Oaks in San Leandro. The telephone number is 510-430-9310. It's open for lunch and dinner every day with brunch on the weekends. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab per person for dinner without drinks is around $45. And finally, we step back to season 9 again as San Francisco fireman Danny Gracia introduces his pick. Here, hot from the oven pizza pies and pastas combined with boutique whiskeys, throwback cocktails, and nostalgic decor. This retro Chicago-style eatery, inspired by Al Capone, is on Vallejo in San Francisco, and it's called Capo's.
Capo's means the boss. You come into my restaurant, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's North Beach, you know, you got a little edge. Capo's is off the beaten path, you know. I didn't want it to be on Columbus. I wanted it to be a neighborhood place, very family, old school Italian. I really wanted to have that nostalgia look. I mean, that goes from my car to the way I dress and even my tattoos. Pretty much everything you see in here is my idea. This is the Capone booth. It's original memorabilia from the 30s, the 20s, and even the 40s. When you think of Capo's, it's everything in one. You have the whiskey program, that's so awesome. So you think of that speakeasy, bootlegging kind of feel. We have nearly 100 whiskeys. My mixologist is Elmer Mexicanos, and the stuff that he does with our cocktails, it's like no other. We have 4 predominant styles when it comes to our pizza: cracker thin, deep dish, cast iron, skillet, and stuffed. And I use Sarasota flour. I'm probably one of the only guys that have it in California. And then we have, of course, some of the Italian dinners. What's great is when you're in the kitchen, you see the bar, you see the restaurant, everyone's having a good time, and it's not pretentious. It's just a great San Francisco restaurant that's becoming an institution.
Danny, you're a firefighter, and what is your favorite thing to cook? Because you guys cook in the firehouse.
We cook every day that we work. We cook lunch and dinner. My favorite thing to cook is probably salads for lunch and chicken dishes for dinner.
I mean, I was thinking maybe you'd say something Italian, you know, when you go out, and that's how you've discovered Capo's.
Well, Tony's Pizza, also in North Beach. I've had
and
their
that's
food.
the owner of Capo's.
That's the owner of Capo's, correct.
Place. Even though Tony is not from Chicago, he's worked in Chicago. He's a pizza pioneer.
Yes, this restaurant does have the pizza oven, but it's about sit-down Italian-American classic dishes, pastas, chicken dishes. We started with the artichoke, heart, cream, spinach, provolone, crostini appetizer, which was spectacular. He uses the heart of the artichoke, leaves a little bit of the tail on there. It's creamy, it's rich. It was just excellent. Caesar salad as well. Big, leafy, full hearts of romaine with a nice creamy Caesar with the white anchovies. Excellent. Enough for 2 people to split.
All right, and did you start with salad, or did you just go straight for the pizza, Andrew?
Well, I put in my order for a deep dish pizza right away because I knew that was something that I wanted to try.
And it takes time,
Yeah,
right?
They say give 45 minutes to get the deep dish pizza. Ours came a little bit faster. It was well worth the wait. We also got a pasta dish, mostaccioli with homemade Italian sausage.
Because they make all their sausages there.
Yeah, they make their own sausage.
Nice.
Everybody at the table, I mean, we could taste the difference. It was delicious. And then we also got a cracker crust pizza margherita, which was also delicious. And I love pizza. I love Tony's Pizza. I was really excited to check this restaurant out, and it really hit the spot for me.
It hit the spot. Now, did you enjoy the pizza?
Sort of.
Oh, sort of.
We had the Frank Nitti pizza in a very thin crust. It had little bits of spinach with a dollop of ricotta cheese. There were 4 of us, and we really split on the restaurant. 2 of us loved it, or rather felt that there's so much here that you really can't experience this with one visit. But the most interesting part of this restaurant was that it was a throwback to the 1920s when Prohibition reigned, and they were paying tribute to some of the most notorious gangsters.
Capos, gangsters.
And memorabilia of these people scattered and various
And you would
places.
think that the restaurant has been there for a long time, but it hasn't.
No,
He
it's
just
1
really
year.
captured the feel.
It's within the last year.
1 year.
He knows what he's doing, the attention to detail, the booths, the restored meat slicer in the front window with prosciutto on there, hand crank. I mean,
and the bar
is beautifully
is the
built.
different whiskeys.
Yeah. I'd say get a booth if you can. I think that's probably the best way to experience the restaurant. Yeah, come with the group. That's something that I would definitely recommend with this restaurant. Is the food is delicious and it's abundant. And if you really want to get a taste of a lot of different menu items, like if you want to get a taste of more than just 1 or 2 pizzas.
Right. Well, let's talk about deep dish pizza, because Andrew, you actually took yours home and weighed it, right?
Yeah, I don't normally weigh my pizza, but I ended up having quite a bit of leftover.
You weigh your other foods?
I don't. I never weigh any of my food, but I had quite a bit of leftover food. I took my pizza home and I had a quarter of a pizza left, and it weighed so much, I was just curious how much it weighed. And it was 1.6 pounds for a quarter of the pizza, which puts you at about 6.4 pounds in total for the pizza. That's a lot of food.
That's
and tell me about the pizza that you had, because I mean, he's won the world pizza competition. You know, it's about the butter and the flour from Chicago.
It's delicious. Well, the Chicago style pizza is a cornmeal crust, a mozzarella base, then like pretty thick layer of tomato sauce, and it was the Chicago pie, which had both meatball and homemade Italian sausage.
Spectacular.
Delicious.
You know, I had 3 other firemen, my son who's 16, my wife. We ate and drank, you know, and were full and brought food home to have another meal the next day.
Right.
The pasta dishes, we had a dish with crab and shrimp. It was
We
excellent.
had chicken Vesuvio, which was absolutely excellent. The chicken, it was 2 hindquarters. It was very soft, but the skin was crisp. And it was cooked with wine and lemon juice, and it was served with sweet peas. And the juxtaposition between the sweet peas and the lemon juice was just outstanding.
And they have a lovely wine list to go along with that, very well-priced wine. But we have to talk whiskey. Come on, 100 whiskeys they have there.
Didn't have time.
You guys
should be always time for liquor.
Always time for, that's right, always time for whiskey. Come on, once you drink brown, you go down. Were you too full, or could you squeeze some dessert in?
No, we squeezed some in. We had some bread pudding, which was very nice with caramel sauce. It was firm and not too sweet, and it was served with vanilla bean gelato, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, they would have had to excavate part of my stomach to fit dessert, but bread pudding sounds delicious.
The more people you bring, the more access to all the dishes you'll have. You're able to pass that around the table.
But they don't take reservations unless you're a group of 6 or more, right?
But I will say one thing that's nice, because we ran into about an hour wait, I think, when we popped in, which is not that big of a deal. They just texted us when our table was ready, so there are plenty of options to go grab a drink in North Beach.
You can roam around.
All right, this is your spot. Danny, wrap it up for us.
Capo's, classic Italian-American in the heart of North Beach. Great value for your dollar. Food menu's great. Beverage menu's great. I can't wait to get back.
All right. And Andrew?
It's classic Italian family-style dining. If you love pizza, you owe it to yourself to check this spot out.
All right. And Maria?
An enormous menu, and it really takes much more than one visit to do it justice.
If you would like to try Capo's, it's on Vallejo at Columbus in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-986-8998. It's open for dinner Wednesday through Sunday. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $40. If you missed these places the first time around, we hope you've enjoyed a look back at 3 great spots in the Bay Area. Now you have a chance to check them out. Thanks to Nicolette Schumacher from Season 7, whose restaurant Kafele Scala serves up traditional Italian cuisine. And Tanya Falero, who discovered the unique Italian-inspired flavors and California comfort food at Paradiso. And Danny Gracia, who brought Prohibition-era ambiance back to life at his Italian spot, Capo's. We really want to hear about your experiences at any of the restaurants we've been talking about. So keep in touch with us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Or better yet, post your favorite food shots on Instagram at #BayAreaBites and have a chance to see your food pics on the show. And don't forget that you can watch any of our shows on our website at kqed.org/checkplease. It's where you'll find links to the restaurants and where you'll find my notes on the wines and libations we're drinking through the seasons. So join us next time when 3 new guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sbrocco, and I'll see you then. Cheers.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by the Bay Area Airport that's close and reliable. iFlyOAK.com.
It's the transplant procedure that didn't just save 1 life. It saved 6. It's 1,000 things, big and small. Sutter Health.
Redwood Credit Union offers personal and business banking, mobile access, and nationwide ATMs. It's banking for people who call this home and the future we're building together. Redwood Credit Union.
Cooking is the first kind of love you know. It was starting when I was a child, with my grandmother doing fresh pasta, and now I transmit it to all the guests. It's something made especially for them.
Oceana Cruises, proud sponsor of Check Please Bay Area.
Total Wine & More offering more than 8,000 wines, 2,500 beers, and 3,000 spirits. Total Wine & More now with 9 Bay Area locations. TotalWine.com.